You're watching Two Button Crew.
The daily show for Nintendo fans.
This is Scott.
And this is Simeon.
Simeon, you know what's kind of crazy? Is that there's downloadable content in Smash Bros. Now.
Yes!
And DLC is common in this day and age of video games, but what's kind of weird is that it was possible in Brawl. The Wii was a internet-connected device, but there's never anything add-on. So it's a brand new thing for the series, which is cool.
Yes.
And Nintendo seems to be all in now. They have ongoing plans to offer more and more DLC. There's even that ballot thing going on where we can recommend characters that they should add in, which is cool. We'll talk about that at the end of this episode. What are your thoughts on DLC?
I think that this is a sign that Nintendo is finally getting with the times. Everybody else is doing it.
Yeah.
And I think so many times Nintendo focuses so much on either innovating or doing things the way they've always done that they don't do what's happening now. Mm-hmm. And that's a good thing for the most part, but I think that they've missed on a lot of things. And DLC is one of those big things.
Yeah, where... would you like to make more money after your game comes out?
You know,
might as well.
Yeah, some companies have a problem with making money, apparently. Nintendo can be one of those companies. And I think it's nice that Smash Brothers has that, so now they can go in and balance when they need to balance.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Because you always expect a balance update when a character is added because the rest of the cast has to be adjusted. So we start out with Mewtwo, which was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. If you buy the 3DS and the Wii U version, this offer already ended, but if you had done it by a certain time, you'd get him for free. Mm-hmm. And if you just got him for free, that's a little bit lame, but because you got Mewtwo free and early, that's pretty cool. I definitely bragged. As soon as I got Mewtwo, I went online and I'd choose only him and I'd fight a bunch of people and I just picture them going like, "Oh, I didn't know Mewtwo's in the game."
Right, like what? Oh, yeah. Where is he?
Exactly. So that's cool bragging rights.
I think that was a nice reward and a nice send off to the Club Nintendo members and the Club Nintendo program. Seeing it, I think it could have been done a little bit earlier, like a bigger gap to make it like more of an incentive, but what we had, it was fine. It was great. I think it was a fantastic send off to that program.
Yeah, I agree. One thing I wasn't happy about with Mewtwo is that he didn't have any custom moves. I don't like it when a Smash Bros character gets special treatment. Like Snake only had one taunt compared to all the rest of the characters, and I don't even necessarily mean good special treatment. It's just that it was a unique case. Mm-hmm. Or like Wario in Brawl, he had more costumes than everybody else.
Right.
And so I appreciate things when they're uniform. So it'd be nice if Mewtwo had custom moves. I think they're just not ready yet. There was a glitch where you could access some of the custom moves. So I did this. It's like I had to make a Mii character on my 3DS with certain specifications, transfer it to the Wii U, and you could only use it for that one time. If you turned off either console, you'd have to start all over. And then you had to go to a game, turn on custom, select the Mii, get the one you just made and transferred, go back out of that character, select Mewtwo, and then you have the custom moves. So hopefully they'll be patched in pretty soon.
That would be nice.
Lucas is our next downloadable character going to be available to us. There's plenty of other characters I would prefer first. Lucas could be a skin for Ness, kind of like Alf was for Olimar. And then there's also Ness had the ability to customize his special moves to be like Lucas. So I just didn't see that much of a need for the character. What do you think about Lucas?
Screw Lucas. Honestly, I think I hated him in Brawl, and when they announced him, I'm like, oh, well, that's stupid. Yeah. That was literally my reaction, it's not a big deal.
It's a character they took out in the transition from Brawl, and now he's going to be $5. I would rather have downloadable characters be new, you know?
Yeah. I think that they could have just done without him completely.
So there's a leak of some sound files that made it appear that Roy and Ryu are going to be added into Smash Bros. Because there's some victory music for those characters on the 3DS version. It was found. For Roy, I'm kind of the opinion that we already have too many Fire Emblem characters. Could have skinned him, Or they could have made Lucina a skin for Marth, so as to cut down that amount of Fire Emblem characters.
Yeah. As for Roy, I'm like either way. Like, I think you're right as far as there being too many Fire Emblem characters. I think that's a possibility, especially with adding Roy. But I don't see a big deal either way. Like, I'm more excited for Roy than I am for Lucas. But like either way, it's like I probably won't play him anyway, so he's there.
Ryu would fit pretty well. Like I can see his moveset from Street Fighter mapping over easily.
Yeah, I think that Ryu was a no dumb move, as he's fighting game staple.
Yeah,
and just about anywhere he could fit. And Smash Brothers, he's gonna be, if it's true that he's gonna be added, which I hope so. I think it's gonna be an easy transition for the character. I don't know as far as the players, like if Street Fighter players will be able to get a hang of him, or Smash Brothers players will be able to get a hang of him. But I think it was just a no dumb move, especially considering how easily they got the rights to Mega Man. It's like, we want to use Mega Man. Oh, okay. Like, it was literally like that was it. So Ryu, I think, was a no dumb move here.
Yeah. Hope to see him for sure. As far as other characters that we hope to see, we have some ideas. We're going to debate what should we put on the ballot. So feel free to steal our ideas and join in the movement. I've got some runners up, like Paper Mario. I think he'd actually be very cool as a Smash Bros. Character. I'm just hesitant because we've also got a ton of Mario characters. Mario characters and Fire Emblem characters are up there with the most on the roster.
Right.
But he'd have a lot of unique special moves.
My first proposition was Tails, not because I'm like, oh, I'm a huge Tails fan, not at all, but I think that the Sonic series, like Tails, would just transition really easily into a character. Yeah, I think it's fitting. I think it's a smart move.
You know what there's barely any of in the Smash Bros. Character roster?
What's that?
Villains. You think about it, we have like Ganondorf, Bowser
Jr.
It's like all good guys.
Well, DDD, Meta Knight, Wario.
They're borderline. Yeah, that's a good point. There's a few, handful,
but yeah, not too many.
So I'd like to see Girahim from Legend of Zelda. He was a unique sword fighter type boss opponent. There's not enough villains in Smash Bros. He's not that famous, but he's unique. None of the sword fighters in Smash Bros. Are that famous either.
That's true.
They got popular from being in there.
Except for Meta Knight. Meta Knight would be like the one exception to that. Like the Fire Emblem characters, like in Melee, when Melee came out, we were like, who the heck is this girly man, I don't know who he is. But yeah, I think that Girahim would probably be a good fit. My next choice was Squidling from Splatoon, because I think it's just a smart business choice. I think it's a smart marketing technique.
Right.
Splatoon is coming out the end of this month, and I think he would just fit in really well. There's a unique moveset that they can use there. I just think it's a smart business tactic. And also I had another one that I wanted to talk about before we get to our last ones, because those are the ones we were going to debate about. The one I actually voted for was Gino from Super Mario RPG. I don't think there's much of a chance that he's going to get in. He's the one I voted for, though. He's my personal favorite. I think that his moveset could transition well, even from an RPG. Like, we've already seen that with the Fire Emblem characters, moving him from an RPG into a fighting game. I think it would be a very easy transition. I think he'd be a great character, especially since a lot of the stuff that they've added into this Smash Brothers, they did a lot of newer characters this time. Yeah. And like in Melee and in Brawl, they added a lot of old characters.
Ice Climbers, Game & Watch.
Exactly. Yeah, especially Melee. And I think that it would be great to see somebody old that we don't have any clue of who this is. Yeah.
All right, so I would like to propose that this character be added to everybody's ballots, and that is Dark Samus. Again, another villain would help out. Samus is kind of lonely in the Metroid series representation. There's Zero Suit Samus. Ridley's just a big debate, so I'm not even going to get into that.
Yeah, we won't get into that.
I actually like Dark Samus more. But here is the clincher. Cannot be a clone. Sakurai has this disease where he thinks that it's okay to add clones, but people push back on it every time another clone is announced.
Every time.
So make Dark Samus, but not a clone of Samus. Like for the role, instead of turning into a morph ball, I want Dark Samus to do a cartwheel, like in the last fight in Metroid Prime 3. Is like a slow motion cartwheel. It's very cool. Could even be able to float a little bit, maybe like Peach, kind of near to the ground, intimidating. Lots of phase-on based attacks. Instead of like a morph ball bomb, you could put like a layer of phase-on on the stage, and if Dark Samus stands in it, slowly heals. If an opponent touches it, hurts a little bit. I don't know. Have some unique possibilities there. Dark Samus.
That's a pretty good case. So when I saw this on the script, I'm like, I think you got me a little bit.
Good.
What I'm debating for, what I think you guys should put on your ballot is Shovel Knight. I think he is the perfect fit with Brawl, and especially with this game as well. They've stepped their foot into non-Nintendo characters. They stepped into the third-party realm. But they haven't gone to the indie realm yet.
That's true.
They've not gone that far. I think that he would be a good transition into that indie realm for Nintendo. I also think that even from just one game, he has enough tools to be a legitimate character.
Yeah.
And his uniqueness, as you know, maybe they think he's another sword fighter. That's debatable either way, because I think that they can keep him from just being like the other sword fighters.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, no counter move. No counter.
No counter move. No counter move.
Well, I like that. Honestly, I'd be really happy with either Dark Samus or Shovel Knight. So
me too.
Find a link in the description to the Smash Bros. Character ballot and go fill it out with whatever you think is the best choice. Also, put some feedback in the comments. Thanks for watching, and thanks for being part of the crew.
And don't forget to click on that subscribe button.